Benjoy, welcome to the Forgotten City. Ooh. Do you feel mysterious yet?
I didn't until you went, ooh.
Yeah, the ooh really
and
helps
then I
out.
was like, I'm in. Right, I'm in the mood. I'm
This,
in the mysterious mood.
this is the Forgotten City. We're playing here on Xbox, and I have been transported to a Roman civilization of some kind. There are these gold statues everywhere, and some of them look like they're in distress. And you quickly find out it's because this community lives by one rule, and it's called the Golden Rule. And that is, if you break any laws or you commit a sin of any kind, everyone will be turned into gold by angry gods.
King Midas himself.
Yeah. This guy is the guy who first told me about the Golden Rule. He wants me to find out who's going to break it, because he believes someone is going to break it, and that's why I'm here. I've been brought from the future because someone breaks the Golden Rule and everyone gets turned into gold.
Sorry, and what is the Golden Rule?
Did we just not just talk about that?
No, but like it's like, oh, if someone breaks the rule,
Any sin. You commit any sin.
all right. So the only rule is don't break any rules.
The rule is don't sin.
Okay. I mean, what is a sin?
I mean, this is what Magistrate Sentius is trying to tell you. He's like, it was hard for
Should
us
I
to
be
figure
paying
out.
attention?
Yeah. Like, some stuff's obvious, like murder, assault, theft. But what about other things, Where do you draw the line? And he's decided, okay, well, I don't know where the line is. I'm just going to be super harsh and say that any kind of thing that we think is potentially bad is definitely illegal. And yeah, you're kind of on a bit of a detective mission, I guess. You're trying to figure out who's going to break the Golden Rule, why they're going to break the Golden Rule, and can you stop them from breaking the Golden Rule. The interesting thing is that because you are from the future, and there is a time portal available, when someone does break the Golden Rule, and there are many ways to break the Golden Rule, you go back to the beginning. So you can kind of continue your run, but you kind of keep the items that you've collected, you keep the knowledge that you've learned, so you can kind of build up a bigger picture of what's going on here.
So is it like a time loop?
Yes.
Is it so when you come back, someone who's broken the person who's broken the rule hasn't broken the rule yet? Is
Exactly.
That kind of right? Got you.
So yeah, you always go back to the beginning, basically, and they're like, hey, someone's going to break the Golden Rule, and you're like, I know, I've been here 30 times already, trying to figure out which one of you it is, because you're all a bunch of bastards, and you're all about to break the Golden Rule at any time, and every time I have a conversation with one of you, you start murdering each other, or you start stealing stuff, and it all kicks off.
How are you doing today?
This guy over here is called Glarius. I was just doing a bit of a quest for him there. I was giving a flower to somebody on his behalf. But
I hope
she,
it wasn't someone who was married, because
well,
infidelity is breaking the Golden Rule.
she's a priestess. She is not allowed to have a romantic relationship. So,
What are you doing? Why are you helping this guy break the Golden Rule?
I mean, I don't care if he breaks the Golden Rule once. I'll just come back. But it'd be good to figure out, like I'm trying to test the boundaries, figure out where the lines are,
While you're carrying that bow, you can like shoot someone with the bow and be like, huh, guess that's over the line.
Yeah.
Now we know murder is not acceptable.
I mean, it is possible. Like you could murder somebody, and it will kick off. We'll try and engineer a Golden Rule break in a minute, maybe. Have a little chat. I mean, most of the game is really chatting. Like, it seems quite sedate in that sense. Like, you talk to people, you learn about them. Sometimes you learn things about them, and then you go back through the time loop, and then next time you talk to them, you can really impress them, because you're like, hey, I heard you like the colour green. Me too. And they're like, whoa, this guy's like a genius.
These people are easily impressed.
They are very... I mean, they're from the past,
Yeah.
You might be interested.
Is this the flower guy?
Yeah, this is the guy that we gave the flower to the girl for, and he's now paying us back by saying, hey, there's some hidden treasure over there. I actually already knew there was treasure there, so it's not really helped me that much. But if I didn't know that, this would have been quite helpful. I'm going to tactfully try and avoid spoilers in this video, but it's... like, if you're paying attention, there will be spoilers, because there'll be lots of things that I have access to in conversation that you maybe don't when you first start the game.
I'm not paying attention at all. So.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I'm just here to chat to you while the game is being played and ask you some questions. You're gonna don't kill that duck. That's a sin. Duck, goose.
It's a goose,
What's up, goose?
and it honks. Game of the year. This was recently added to Game Pass, so it came out quite a long time ago. It actually started life as a Skyrim mod, and they completely rebuilt it from the ground up to be a standalone product. Released that last year, and then added it to Game Pass just earlier this year. So it's had a little bit of an extended life, which is quite fun.
That dude is doing a lot of push-ups.
Yeah, I mean, look how muscly he is. Like, if you want to be that jacked, you have to do that many push-ups all the time. Okay, let's see if we can trigger the election, because I happen to know that the election does result in a golden rule break. I could just steal something, but I feel like it's more fun to watch the cogs turning.
I'll get things started right away.
How did the? I guess we'll find out. But is it people kicking off because of the mail votes? And they're like, stop the count! Stop the count! This is a sin. Is that what's
Wow,
happening?
you really are going political. Yeah. I should have known better than to invite Ben on this historical epic.
Well, I don't feel like that was a controversial thing to say. That's a thing that happened.
That's true.
Like, people genuinely kicked off about it.
This election's a little bit more rudimentary than ours. There are no mail votes, Ben. It's all just you stand in a circle and just shout the name of the guy that you want to be the new mayor. This is Magistrate Sentius, who gave us our quest in the first place. This is the priestess, who is running the election, and these are all the different citizens around.
There's not many people here for this election.
I mean, the community is not that big. There's probably about this many, again, women, and a few other hidden characters who you can find. But
I abstain. I'm just here to observe.
oh, conscientious
There's
objector
next
of the
to
election.
nobody here to vote, and he's God. I'll sit on the fence.
Malleolus. Who else?
Citizens, you have
It's not even a private vote. Man.
No.
new magistrate is Marcus.
They've elected a new person, Marcus Malleolus.
Magistrate Malleolus.
He was happy.
I said, hail Magistrate Malleolus.
I thought we were in Rome, not in Cockney, London.
The game does talk about that. It's like, hey, we're talking Latin. You can just understand us somehow. It's magic.
Okay. Part of the magic.
Oh, he's sentencing his political rival to death.
Does this guy not know about the Golden Rule?
Well, so he doesn't believe in it, and a lot of people don't in the community. They're like, I think this is probably
There's
just
all
like
these
made
old
up.
people around, and they're like, nah.
Well, they just think they're statues. They're like, someone just made this up, basically, to keep us in line. They invented this religion to stop us from doing what we want to do, you know? So, controversial.
You're showing your true colours now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her.
The many shall suffer for the
There we go.
sins of the one.
The statues come to life and they start shooting you with golden arrows.
Whoa.
So whenever this happens, you basically have to leg it and try and survive to get back to the time portal, which I'm going to do right now.
Run. Oh,
The statues were watching us all along.
sneaky golden statues. Golden gods have spoken. It's the time portal. Jump!
We made it.
Do you end up back in the present before you go back, or are you just like...
Nope. You're just back at the start of the day in the Forgotten City. So yeah, when I come out of here now, like everything's just fine again. And this is Galerius here. If I chat to him, he just won't know that we've ever met.
Sound
Right.
friend? Mind telling me who you are and why you look like you've just taken on a gladiator and lost?
Go for
Oh, right then. I'll get out of here.
the politest man.
Like, this dude just jumped out of a time portal and told me to piss off. Okay. Little zip wire action for you there.
Nice. That was expertly done.
Yeah. So there's loads and loads of quests that all kind of interlink. Basically, everybody that you meet has some kind of story, usually multiple stories, that you have to get to the bottom of. And the game, I mean, it goes places. This game's storyline gets weird. It really does. It it interrogates those concepts of like, what is sin? Like, what does it mean to be a good person? What does it mean to break these rules that we live and have in society and live by? I think it's great. I think it's really cool. I mean, it's quite a short game. You can see the statues around here. Look how scared they all look now. But yeah, it's a really neat little thing. Well worth your time, and it's on Game Pass, like I say, so you can literally just play it anytime you like, with no cost.
Are you sure? Last chance.
Yes, I'm sure that there is no cost.
I'm sure.
Fine.
There is one more good example that I probably can't show now because I'm not at the right point of the loop for it, but I'll tell you about it. This guy turns up and he's just like an assassin, and he's like, I'm just going to murder you right now. And the first time it happens, there's nothing you can do about it because he will just shoot you no matter what you say. But obviously, with the benefit of the time loop, you can be like, oh, the person you're looking for, I can help you. They're over there in that like temple, and then you can make it collapse on him and like kill him that way. And it's like, does that count as murder? I mean, as far as the gods are concerned, I didn't know the temple was going to collapse, or did I? And there's some interesting kind of fun questions around that as well. I think at one point there's literally a thing where one of the characters literally asks you, it's like, did you know that was going to happen? Because if you did, you definitely murdered that man. And if you're like, yes, it immediately, like, the gods are like, okay, you're all turned to gold right now.
But if you say no, then you've lied. Is lying not a sin? Lying about
Well,
murder?
you do. I get away with lying. I've done a lot of lying in the game, so I'm guessing lying's not that bad.
Okay, you heard it here first, people. Lying is fine.
Lying, totally okay, according to the Roman gods. But yeah, let's wrap it up there. Thanks for joining me, Ben, and we'll see you on a future Etch Play video.
Yeah.
Take care.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his...